Welcome back. Do you suffer from sinusitis, arthritis or hay fever? If you do, you could have a food intolerance.
Now, here to tell us a bit more is Martin Healy from the Fitzwilliam Food Test Clinic. You're very welcome to the morning show.
Thank you, Martin.
Just explain to us the difference between a food allergy and a food intolerance.
Yeah, the difference, Martin, is essential, because with a food allergy, it's so obvious. It's the first thing. Like if someone has an allergy, let's say to prawns, you have your prawn cocktail for starters, you never make it to the main course. You're in the bathroom because it hits you immediately. But if you're intolerant to the prawn, you have your prawn cocktail for starters, you have main course, dessert, tea and coffee afterwards, but it's the next day it hits you, and it causes all manner of problems, from stomach, bloating, irritable bowel, to eczema problems. But the sinister aspect of food intolerance is that there is no obvious or immediate connection. So most of your listeners suffering from food intolerance don't actually know it.
So it's really hard to detect, but there are big offenders when it comes to food groups. What are they?
Yeah, I mean, there are a couple of primary culprits, Claire. I mean, the dairy is well recognised as being a primary culprit. Eggs are a primary culprit. Wheat and gluten, citrus fruits, some of the nut families. I mean, these culprits cause inflammation. The essence of food intolerance is it triggers a process within the immune system which triggers inflammation. So many of these most common conditions, like these people with rheumatoid arthritis, all of their joints, they're inflamed. People with eczema problems, the skin is inflamed. People with chronic sinus problems, the mucous membrane is inflamed. All these huge numbers of people who have stomach, digestive, irritable bowel problems, the gut is essentially inflamed. So this concept of inflammation is behind most of these conditions.
Well, they cause the condition.
Yes, the essence of all of those conditions, asthma, eczema, irritable bowel, arthritis, it's an inflammation condition. And the food is what is triggering the inflammation. Let's take hay fever. We all understand pollen causes hay fever. Hay fever is an inflammation condition. You know, we see them in the summertime, people with inflamed eyes, they're sneezing continuously. I know someone who has hay fever, and he often talks about wanting to put his hand in his throat to scratch and tear. It's inflammation. But come September, once the pollen is gone, bingo, everything is gone. Inflammation gone. So the same concept applies to arthritis, sinusitis, irritable bowel. You can stop the inflammation, Martin, if you can find the trigger.